We are back. Man, I'm a really a disheveled. Is that the right word? Mess. Everything is haphazard, replaced on me today. Weird. It happens. Hey, welcome back. I'm Roland Green. You're you. This is Reactions, Rants, and Rabbit Holes. And we're in a very specific rabbit hole today. Comes off my phone. And it's damn time we took care of it. Now, the irony and the weird thing is it's going along a lot better than I'd hoped. I found a little information here. Maybe you can't read it. It's hard to read. But, yeah, I was there. So, being we brought up Nonpoint, yeah, I was working that night. This is the club I worked at. March 5th, 2010 would be when I fed Nonpoint. Yeah, that was what I did. I fed musicians for years. So I came over here. I've been looking for a while. And so I worked there the last two and a half years it was open. I was working there on the day it closed. But like here, just you have Power Man, Mushroom Head, Kitty, Suffocation, Exodus, Blackstone Cherry, Cold, Seven Dust, Drowning Pool, Arch Enemy, Devil Driver. Oh, I remember that show. Oh, I think my buddy got in a fight at that show. Hatebreed. That was a great show. I remember that. The Cannibal Corpse show. So December 9th, 2009 is when I got that hoodie. That's the night I picked up this hoodie. This is really exciting for me, to be honest. Mushroom Head. Yeah. 3 Days Grace. There it is. That's the day I met them guys. Power Man 5000. Yep. Straight line. Yeah. Soulfly. Prong. Chevelle. Chevelle also. Oh, it's okay. Chevelle was very nice. They were really nice guys. Hailstorm. Flyleaf. Five Finger Death Punch played there. That was a 2-night stand. So, just in case, if you're interested, this is on a place called Setlist. But basically, any of those, you've seen how much I work here. 10 and 12-hour days there were nothing new. I didn't mind. I liked it. I liked that job. That was the coolest job I ever had in my life. That was the most fun. Now, I was a drunk. No, just a drunk. But I was a drunk. So, that was fun. I just wanted a little something to co-sign. I wasn't, hell, I've been wearing my rock shirt, so I dug out my old work clothes. Just to, and then like I said, I'm going to have the owner of the club come up here so we can talk about, might be deeper than you think. I'm hoping he'll discuss the nature of all the left-leaning bands and how easily they change their tune like the wind blows. I hope that's the subject we can talk about. In no specific put a band online, but we discovered we have interesting views on that whole thing. Let's check this out.
Dig, if you will, a picture of you and I engaged in a kiss. The sweat of your body covers me. Can you, my darling, can you picture the dream if you can? A courtyard, an ocean of violets in bloom. Animals strike curious poses. They feel the the heat between me and you. How can you just leave me standing alone in a world that's so cold? Maybe I'm just too demanding. Maybe I'm just like my father, too bold. Maybe you're just like my mother. She's never satisfied. Why do we scream at each other? This is what it sounds like when doves cry. Just like my father, too bold. Maybe you're just like my mother. She's never satisfied. Why do we scream at each other? This is what it sounds like when doves
cry. Okay, I love the sound of nu metal. Plain and simple. So, that little sound right there, that reoccurring tonality in the nu metal, from Fear Factory to this to Korn to whatever. Korn's a little deeper, right? But don't they use almost... I'm not doing music theory right now. Don't. Let that one go. But... Nonpoint, POD. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of... I listened to it. I was just like, trying to look around for band names. But I really like the nu metal sound. Watching the performance and hearing the tonality in the song, man, it's weird because a lot of these bands really stood out. They worked it. And this was a small... wasn't a big club. This was probably the smallest kind of room these bands would play. At Five Finger, we had to move the pool table. We had to move everything out of the club for them shows. It was that small to get. Well, I mean, they're not that small. Trust me, it was thousands of people. Oh, it was crazy. I think the fire marshal showed up for that one. Well, I know the fire marshal showed up for it, but it was way back when, so I'm not stepping on anybody's toes. But that's the cool. So you want to know the cool side of this gig? Is having to work around all the issues just to put on a rock concert. It's amazing. And on a side note, I really like Prince. I know this is going to come out of left field and you're going to be like, what? So I actually like Prince before when he was just Prince, when it was... Oh, you'd have to go back and listen to his first two albums. I had a friend, and we won't tell this story here, but this friend, she lived on a farm up the road from where I grew up, and she loved Prince, and she turned me on to the old stuff, and I wish I could remember that. A couple of there's some cool songs. I'm telling you, there's some cool music before he packaged it to take it out or whatever. You know what I mean? Because I think he got the Revolution so he could play his music out. Otherwise, he played everything, right? So I do. I have utmost respect. The Prince, Charlie Murphy story with pancakes or whatever, that the basketball pancake story. Oh my, come on. Screw all the haters. I used to be a hater. Then I realized he changed his name to that symbol so he could stick it to the satanic industry. I'm like, good for you, man. Good for you. And then, if he wouldn't have been a showman in the platform shoes, he probably would, it's like, it's not cool. I think that dude was the man. I do. I really do. And I have issues. That girl that I met Prince through the music, that's where Save the Chicken comes from. And we'll tell it another time, but there's a story about an insurance adjuster in their barn that is unbelievable. Yeah, let's finish this. I like dudes standing up and playing the drums standing up. That was cool. That was cool. Yeah, shit, this is good. I like this.
This is what it sounds like when doves cry. Leave me standing alone in a world that's so cold. Maybe I'm just too dependent. Maybe I'm just like my father too. Maybe I'm just like my mother. She's never satisfied. Why do we scream at each other? This is what it sounds like when doves cry. Yeah, yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, yeah, oh yeah.
I really liked it. I really like their energy and the movements, and the one guitarist, that wood grain on that guitar was really cool. Uh, Great arrangement. I mean, if you like a heavier set, right? That was cool. Now, if you're a Prince purist, maybe Nonpoint wrecked your favorite song, right? Maybe Roland wrecked your favorite song by talking through this Nonpoint cover of When Doves Cry. Stuff like that can happen. Think back to the beginning, courtyards and oceans of turmoil, and animals in curious poses.
The sweat of your body covers a kiss. If you will, engaged in a kiss. Body covers me. You picture the dream if you can. A courtyard, an ocean of violets and bloom. Animals strike curious poses.
I think that's loose enough to interpret in all kinds of ways. Yeah, no, that's pretty cool stuff. I'd say Prince wrote a darn good song or two. This is a darn good cover. We'll be back again soon. Later.